Save it for the podcast, you nerd.
All
Okay,
right.
guess not.
We, assuming I screwed nothing up, which is impossible.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm not allowed to ask someone how they
Just
do.
wait.
Then we should be live on YouTube. Okay.
Yay.
Are you gonna be
We're
alright?
live.
Hey, y'all.
Okay.
Yep, we are live.
There we go. Oh, and the
Good
thumbnail's
job,
still number
YouTube
60.
notification.
I'll fix that quick. Alright. We're all here and misnamed. Wait, I'm twice now. Oh, that's right. Okay. So I fixed my camera, but now I need to tweak
Yeah.
This is gonna totally screw it up for the next show. Oh my god. Asher, I'm bending over backwards to get you on here. There we go. You are...
And I get to be Rosadonna
And by
today.
bending over
Can you
backwards, I
bend
mean
over
making a crop that
backwards?
takes
Can
me 3
you
seconds.
can you actually bend over backwards?
I can't. I will hurt myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am
pretty cool.
less and less flexible every
If I ever
year.
bent over backwards, everybody in the crowd would be like, "Oh, snap!"
I
Every
mean,
year,
I think
Chrichelle,
you would
I
be.
feel like it's
no
every
snap.
day for me.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
don't
good
know.
one.
Like, shoes are hard to reach at this point.
I'm the best at bending over backwards. Everybody be like, "Oh shit, he's cracked."
I got winded zipping up the side of my boot the other day.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I need some Velcro shoes is what I need
I'm
right
literally using a walker right now, so I don't want to hear it.
You always use a walker.
It's right here.
She doesn't even
I-
deny that. Like, yeah, well, yeah.
No, I literally have a walker. It's covered in
I was saying,
stickers.
don't you always use a walker?
I don't always use a walker. I use a walker when my vertigo is really bad.
Mm.
But
You have had one around for a long time.
I've had one around for a while.
now. It's handy to
My
have.
my surgeon was like, after your surgery, you're not going to be able to stand upright for about 3 months. So you're
Whoa.
going to want to get a walker. And I was like, beat you to it. I already have one.
Was prepared
He
for
was
this
like,
moment.
Oh, okay. Why do you have one? And I was like, vertigo. He was
Lots
like,
of other.
"Oh, okay. Lots
Aw,
of things. Yeah, you're right. Lots of things.
it's-
But yeah,
it's good to
I
be
was
prepared.
prepared.
We both just had interesting, I guess, medical procedures. I wouldn't call mine medical, but I guess it technically counts.
Did
I
you
know.
get it done? I just booked mine.
Today was my first appointment.
Oh,
Wait, to where?
What percentage of this procedure has happened now?
I guess 14.28 and then a bunch of integers that aren't worth remembering. Well, they're not integers, but
any
No,
section.
numbers.
So first off, before we continue, because everyone else doesn't know what we're talking about, but we know what we're talking about.
it's not private. I mentioned it last podcast.
Okay,
but
okay,
I'll let
so
you
we
do
don't
it.
want to go over it.
Continue.
So we won't say specifically. So how many sessions did they say you needed?
I think 7.
Okay. They told me I needed 8, but that's probably because your hair is
Well, 7's the
dark
default.
brown and mine's
It could
black.
take 3. It could take
Right.
9. It'll take as many as it needs to take. That's one of the things they promised was money paid is done and infinite touch-ups. So last time I talked about the laser hair and how I just hate having it, and then it's happening, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah,
Just-
after the show, Beast and I had an extended conversation about it. And then I was
missed
like,
this whole thing.
I want to do it too. And so I went and booked it. And so I told him
And
I
it's
booked
crazy.
it. And he was like, all right. I'll
I've had
book
this conversation several times, and now with you and Benz and Hannah and more people than even those two. I'm one by one. Everybody's going from what? Why would you want that to shit? I might too. Literally everybody
good
is
idea.
like, really? You want to get your legs shaved? That's so weird. And then I go through the whole thing, and they're like, oh,
Well,
yeah, that's a good
go ahead,
idea. I might do it too.
Everyone's like, yeah, leg hair is kind of stupid.
Nobody likes it, and I
I'm not
specifically
doing
don't
my
like it.
Yeah.
So
My leg hair is pretty bushy, and I'm not showing anybody
But
my
you're a
ankles.
bushy man.
But yeah, that's true. And I
And
mean,
that's
I take some
your,
pride
like-
in that, but
That's your
That too.
aesthetic.
So I
Yeah.
just put on. Okay, so I just showered before the show for like the 3rd time today, and because I had to shave my legs before the appointment, and that took multiple rounds because there's a lot of hair down there. And anyway, so I just did that and put on shorts and like my fuzzy socks again, and it was like, wow, this looks weird because it's just smooth, and it's like that is a weird.
Yeah.
But the names
Yeah, it's
I
definitely
didn't
something
even
you have to keep
remember.
updated.
I was gonna say, are we just gonna stay the wrong names the whole show?
Well, I was
Like,
gonna
what's
do it
happening
and
here?
then didn't, and that's really not more complicated.
I got
than that.
distracted being interesting, alright?
Well, here's the thing,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to like immediately bombard the podcast with the laser hair talk, but I literally just did it. It's the only thing
Yeah.
in my brain right now, and
I think it's interesting. I wanted to hear more about your story.
and I'll continue then because it was. I mean, there were some obvious things that I didn't even think about until I was about to go, and that's that like I was doing waist down, which means someone's about to spend a lot of time right next to my region, and it was completely fine. She was very professional, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably seen a lot of that, so
And
she doesn't really
definitely
care.
has multiple a day. And
This
she-
is a procedure.
it's weird. I felt a little weird. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, ooh, I wanted my balls shaved. But that's the most common thing they do, she said, was Brazilians, as I call it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so
So I'm
I
not the only one who
contacted
hates
them,
boobs.
my local one. Obviously, I'm not going to the same one as you.
Right.
It was a virtual, it was a Zoom call for the, what's it called, consultation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and so that's part of the reason that I have alopecia on my head. But it also gives me facial hair, which is when you are a pale girl with black hair, it's really, really inconvenient.
It's hair
So I
where
was
you
like,
don't
you
want
know what? I'll just get that done, just a little thing. And this woman was so smooth, like she could have sold me a car. Like she's definitely in the right field of like being a saleswoman, because she was like, oh yeah, what else? Oh yeah, no, yeah, you know what? Let's throw in, let's do the Brazilian, and you know what else? Let's do your armpits. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I had a funny thing about that too, because like the little space between what's technically no longer your pubes to like your belly button, that's a little strip. What do they call that again? There's a name for
The
it.
happy trail.
Happy trail. There it
Happy
is.
trail or landing strip.
And
yeah.
that whole area, just that and around your belly button, was like an $800 edition or something. And she had to have like a little test spot on my belly to make sure the laser was not going to hurt me or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, you
Yeah.
could just do it right under my belly button then? Because that's all it would have taken was like 3 or 4 zaps. And I'm like, it would cost you nothing to just throw that in. But she specifically couldn't do that. I was like, oh my God, you guys are just gouging for people here. And it was like, yeah, maybe I'll skip that one part. But no, it was...
It sounds like a home procedure or something.
Exactly. I'm like, I can take it and it's gone.
have that trail anymore because it got cut off of me.
That's right. Yeah. Your procedure today covered, or not today, maybe. When
last
was it?
week.
Last week. Okay. Yeah, that covered it too. This is
Yeah,
a Bill Clinton Gentleman's Club conversation. And that's what I found out is that it's not. Everybody watching the show right now has equipment between their legs. And I don't feel like nothing we're discussing is even sexual. It's just
Not even, it's
hair
medical.
management. It's really not that weird is what I found.
All mammals have hair.
And
So-
It's medical because of
Don't
the
talk for me,
procedures.
Chrichelle. You don't
And
know about my
and
hair.
it's just beauty.
put your
It's
little
the same
lizard
as
tongue
talking
away,
about
mister.
mascara.
I have a what between my legs? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yes, there should be hair between your legs. If not, then
You're not
You
an
might-
adult.
you might not an adult. No, there you go. But
Even then,
yeah, it
there's
was just.
there's always that fine baby fuzz on everybody from birth, basically.
I know you
Yeah.
missed
True.
Pokemon Chat, hey whoa, but there was something about swearing at the new people and disrespecting the mods and going off topic even though you were told not to, then not caring when they said that, hey, you're off topic, we're going to mute you, and then just continually repeating that behavior for weeks and months that got you banned. So,
Damn.
yeah, I just, I miss you too. You were kind of a nice guy when you weren't being an asshole to new people, but you got yourself banned.
Yep.
I mean, you don't really get to miss Pokemon Chat. You had a lot of warnings.
Yeah.
So
A lot of warnings.
It wasn't a sudden decision, and you know this. And I'm only even discussing this on stream because we've talked about this stuff so much before, and it was a little hard seeing it happen to someone who was so regular. And I usually hang out in the Pokemon chat, so this was something that I was personally involved in. Normally I hear about these stories from the Fortnite kids, and I'm not always in those channels, so it just happens and I hear about it later. This one I got to watch happen, and
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy a second of it, but he made his own decisions, and it was as simple as that. But yeah, no, it was fun. She was really chatty, and that made it so awesome because she was super.
Because it distracts you from it, right?
Oh,
I
my
haven't
God.
had mine. My first one is the 21st, because obviously I can't have it done yet because I just had surgery. But so I'm excited.
Yeah, and she was cool too. Where like we got on about OnlyFans for like 45 minutes, and it was just adult topics, you know. Now the things we discussed is definitely a gentleman's club conversation, but
Right.
I mean, when I'm already not wearing anything from the waist down and like whatever mental block of what's appropriate in a conversation just gets removed when I'm just not wearing clothes, and it's like, like
Right.
you get a lot less shy. But
Yeah.
There's nothing off topic when your bits are already out. I
Right.
mean,
Before we get away from the talk about hair removal and so on, I got a haircut finally.
you got a
Yeah,
haircut. It looks like.
multiple of them.
Weeks
Yeah.
of trying to get the scheduling worked out so that we could actually, have the lady that comes over to cut hair here when I'm not at work. I finally was able to catch a time when it worked out, and I got my hair done.
Yeah. Very nice. That looks
And
good.
I immediately felt more like me.
hey,
After
looking handsome.
I'm laughing at Scooty's
I
comment.
like that a lot more.
Yeah. No, it's always nice to get stuff trimmed up and clean. I always noted
And,
whenever I got the hair removed, headphones were just always so much nicer. And
Yeah. I think
Asher.
with my hair, like if I move wrong, these headphones fall off.
Asher is currently sporting long hair, but also has hair about the same length as mine.
Oh, nice.
all
We
right.
can't hear you, sweetie.
Uh-oh.
Your audio is gone.
You're,
Yeah,
you're
might be
speaking.
muted.
You not talk.
You're muted.
Uh-oh. Get it figured out
Real
there.
reggy.
Yeah, it's nice to get things trimmed that way. I was like, Scooty was in the gentleman's club for a week, and it took a month to recover. Oh, that channel. It is. Do you play Minecraft anymore? Not regularly. No. And by regularly, I mean not more than once every few months.
I
Clark
dropped by the-
specifically asked to play Minecraft with you today.
Me?
Sig.
Oh, sick.
Oh.
Okay. I was-
Well, he's never played with you before, but if you wanted to play with him,
I was
he
just the
would
last
be very
person to
happy.
talk, so I was like, me?
No, but you brought up the Minecraft. Specifically asked if
Mhm.
today,
Yeah.
if my friends would play Minecraft with him.
I don't care about any of the girls. Sorry. Yeah, you gotta stick around the gentleman's club a lot longer to see more than just hentai. There are real women in there
Sure you-
sometimes.
Still nothing.
18 plus though.
And Frozen.
Uh-oh.
Bro, Raggy,
Little sequel to the little preview of the third movie.
We'll get it worked out.
When I'm partner. Yeah, I was playing Jessup's game today. Oh no, my joke that I said that I was gonna save. So that was the thing. Is like not only was like the lady very chatty, but that just got my juices flowing. Not literally. Oh my god, my words, my brain thinking. Jesus Christ. But I was chatty, and so when they wanted me to leave a review, I said it was a very smooth experience.
Oh
God.
my.
Get it?
I
Mhm.
Cause smooth. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was very
Oh,
proud.
yeah,
I
no.
even wrote
Mhm.
like pun intended in the message. I was very, very happy with that one. I made that
So,
joke 3 times
important
today.
question. To get that area behind, did they have you hands and knees, or did they have you hold your knees to your chest laying down?
Neither.
How did they get to your? Because when I had Brazilian waxes,
No.
you
I
had
was.
the.
I laid both ways. I just flipped. That was it.
I never really thought about the logistics of that, but
Well, because I was getting like my legs done, I had to get the backside of the legs too anyway, so I just flipped.
Pretty
Asher,
involved.
do you have audio yet? Talk.
Typically speaking is a great test.
Make noises. Something. Hello.
Please say
And
hi.
gone again.
Oh,
What is going on?
for a second.
Hmm.
I think. just
Donna, launch
bad
Pokemon. Grab
internet
the thing in the
day,
shop.
maybe.
Try again. There we go.
If at first you don't succeed, try
Still
again.
no audio.
We'll get it working.
Yeah, just keep messing with it, baby, and then yell at
you're
us when you
glitchy
get it
mess.
going. But yeah.
But what?
No.
How did your procedure go?
It went well. Things were taken out. Things were put in. I have tubes in me right now. To drain fluid to reduce swelling, and it's literally the most annoying thing in the world.
Annoying is far. Wow. Yeah. No, that makes me sick to even
That
think
sounds
about tubes
terribly
going down
annoying.
For that.
Have you?
And like the placeage of the drainage tubes are like right at my hips, and so like I have a really high pain threshold. Like I could handle how much everything hurts. The fucking drains pinch, and they're making me insane.
Oh, that's making you insane.
There you are.
There we go.
we can hear
There's
ya.
an
Audio's been
Asher.
achieved. Interrupting my slight
Finally.
against
I was
Donna.
gonna say,
But yeah, there's two tubes
And-
in me.
Donna,
to
launch Pokemon Go. Grab the shop bundle, the box in the shop.
Oh, okay.
Did
So
we
that's what
lose you
Sig-
again,
That's what Sig. Whoop, audio check.
Asher?
Nope.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
just speaking.
Oh,
They're
okay.
wait.
Now
I
you're
hear
good.
words.
Confirming.
You just thought you stopped like mid sentence. I was like, what the hell?
Because that was what
Yeah.
Sig let me know was boobs.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'll let you know what.
Well, the boobs went easy and the tummy was not fun.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shit-
the boobs like not bothering me at
I feel
all.
like that's a pretty refined procedure at this point, you know? Like,
I mean, like they're annoying, but so I've breastfed before, obviously, and so with breastfeeding, your boobs feel freaking weird, especially when there's this thing called the letdown, which is when they get all full, right?
Yeah.
So it hurts in my armpits just like it would if I was having a letdown.
Interesting.
And I know like these words mean nothing to you, and I'm not gonna go into detail, but like, so it hurts like pain that I've had before, so it's not significant.
Huh. I guess that makes sense. If
It's comparable pain.
it's recognizable. at
Right.
least a
So
little bit.
something
Like,
you
it
know you can
sucks.
tolerate. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of it's like a muscular pain in your armpit.
Yeah.
oof.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
What did I miss?
I actually
Okay.
don't know. Chat's been a little weird.
Nothing. I got it.
Aw. You know, I didn't time him out because I just assumed he didn't mean what I thought he meant, but I don't see what else it could have meant.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting day. I'm having a good time here. This is weird.
All types of body modifications.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very specific timing. You know, the hosts of this show are getting too big for the show now. We're over here getting our next thing. Our lips are gonna get filled and all this shit.
Could you imagine if I had my lips filled? I would
not really.
look. I'd look like oh god, not Family Guy, American Dad, the mom.
Hmm.
I can't picture her.
Yeah.
I would
I
look
don't
like
see that working.
I should rewatch American
I-
Dad though. I can't find it available anywhere right now.
I can see it working for me because I
One
don't
of my
have multiple
friends.
flips going
was that, Andrew?
on. So
yeah.
One of your friends, what?
One of my
I don't-
friends
I don't
just
have
got some
multiple
sort of
flips
lip
going on, so I
procedure.
could get lip fillers.
Like we got two stories going on here. Asher, why don't you start? Where we got it?
You go first, Asher.
No, that's
I missed it.
What? Oh.
Both people were talking.
you said you could get lip filler because
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't have lots of lips going on.
okay.
That's
You
true.
got plenty. I never understood the point
Bonus.
of
I don't have
I've-
as big of lips, voluptuous lips like Donna's.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't notice a bad job, but I've never noticed a lip job that ever.
I mean, I don't mind how small mine are, so
improved a
it's
look,
not
in
really
my
a big
opinion.
issue.
Yeah.
Problem with lip fillers is that it's really obvious when people get them because they literally just inject shit into your lip. Like they don't change anything. So the skin that you have just is pulling. So there's there's your like upper lip skin, and then
It
you know
just
how like
kinda
so
adds
like
to
I
it.
have full lips, so like my lips like stick out. And that's how they're supposed to look. There's like a definite line when people get fillers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends recently got hers done, and I don't think they did a good job. And she's gonna get them done again.
I was gonna say,
think
did you
to
tell
get
her
a
that?
more
More?
pump, for more of
Lord.
the Nicki Minaj look or something. I don't know exactly,
No.
but yeah, I don't know, and
It's like
I don't
the-
know. It'd be weird to.
Monica from Friends. I remember seeing her for the first time after the show, and I was like, "Oh, it's like a duck." I'm like, "Why did you? Why did you do that to your? You were a pretty woman. Why did you do that? This is a downgrade. Now you just look like a clown." Whenever I see a lip job like that, I think, "Aha, great! The fame and money got to you, and now you're
It looks
doing
like this.
that to yourself." I've never
Doesn't
seen
it
it
look
improve a
great,
look.
guys?
It's like boob jobs I can understand. I think everybody can understand that. But I don't know. Body modifications are interesting.
There's a lot to be said about somebody not being happy with their appearance and wanting to make every effort they can to change it so they feel more comfortable in their own body.
But
Yeah,
So
I have an opinion about the lips apparently. You know? And if that makes you feel better about yourself.
Like lip procedures that we're not aware of, but like general
what
lip fillers,
that's what I was saying though, is there's a lot to be said about whether or not somebody should do it or not. That's entirely up to them. It's their body, but the procedures themselves, there are some that are quality and some that are trash.
I
I've
think
seen some
my
really
friend
bad
went for
ones.
the kind of trash one. It doesn't. I don't know. She wasn't happy with it either, honestly. But like, she wants it even more voluptuous lips, if that's the right term for it.
I think a lot of people go for quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And like, so
it's like cheap tattoos.
Right. I spent a lot of money on my tattoos, and I spent a lot of money on my plastic surgery. And I was told, like, a lot of people, were like, "Oh, how much did you pay?" Well, you could have gotten it cheaper here, but did I want it cheaper?
Yeah. Get what you pay for.
Some synth oil.
You typically don't want to cheap out on a body modification. That is for sure. You want that done right, and preferably once.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I was laughing
I don't
about
want like my belly button crooked.
I was laughing about that survivorship bias where maybe I've never noticed a well done lip filler because I've only ever noticed the freaks where like that, like a duck. So it might be a good thing. And it was reminding me of an episode of Nathan for You because I finished that show way too soon. I'm gonna need to find someone to rewatch that with.
You watched that? I love that show.
So fucking good. I don't think. I think I had never. Did I mention it last podcast?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No?
I don't remember.
Because I would have.
It's been every single stream since the last podcast.
Because I think it was like less than a week. I just ran out of episodes, and it is potentially the funniest show I've ever seen. And I will sound egotistical here, where typically in the world of humor, I'm on board most of the time. So it does not a lot of stuff makes me like belly laugh. It takes a lot to like trick me, I get. But the way that he is just so awkward about everything, and what he's saying in these freak situations is the funniest shit I've ever. And the survivorship bias made me think of like a dating app he was trying to help. And he's like, "Oh, maybe women are just afraid of like getting murdered or something." And he's like, "No, I don't think that's. I've never heard anybody." And he's like, "Well, if they got murdered, then
They couldn't complain.
Women are definitely afraid of getting murdered on dating apps. Let's
like-
know that right now.
he's like, maybe you wouldn't know. It's just, he had this whole thing where the big burly guy was gonna go along with the date to make sure that the dude meeting up with her didn't try anything, and so she was to refer to the guy as daddy, and it was like, holy fucking shit. Meanwhile, the first date that they tried it on, he tested the dude who was meeting with the girl, and he's like, oh, you know, women though, don't you usually want to like, like pop them one? He's like, no. He's like, well, you know what I'm saying though, like no doesn't always mean no, and he's like, no, not at all. He's like this perfect gentleman of a guy who is just knocking out every question. He's like, all right then.
They're like, damn, we couldn't get you.
I can verify for everyone that this show apparently has really gotten beast a few times, because I've been upstairs, standing at the stove, which is basically right above where he's sitting currently, and I could hear laughter through the floor, like full on that kind of laughter.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that is. Yeah.
And to those who've never seen Nathan For You might have actually seen clips, because there are clips online that are really popular. Like I
started watching it on YouTube. There's just like so many little clips.
The clips pulled me in where he did. I think one of the most popular ones are three examples I know of where he got an interview at a law office but could only speak the words that a 7-year-old gave him.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, you don't even need to hear what was said. But what they didn't show on YouTube was they had an asshole after that in a different interview, and he just said the most egregious things to the effect. He's like, yeah, my name's Nathan. You can just call me by my nickname, the N-word. It's like,
jeez.
And that one took me a second, because the N-word being Nathan, of course, is his nickname. But it was, and the voice actor for that, I didn't even. I recognized the voice. It's Archer's voice.
Like, it's John Benjamin.
It was that guy feeding him the lines.
John Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
John Benjamin is fucking hilarious.
And it was, he was intentionally trying to be like a complete asshole in the interview, and that is he's like, yeah, is your mom still alive? And he's like, yeah, and he's like, say, that's unfortunate. And you can just watch Nathan, who's really, really well collected throughout the entire show. You can watch him like, that's unfortunate. Like he's trying to not say it. Yeah. And then he fed him the line that he's a child molester, and he's like, I'm not saying that. It's amazing. And this is a real person that's interviewing them. Like he is not aware that the show is a comedy.
It's very much Borat style.
Oh yeah,
I mean, kind of in a way, but yeah, it's like same sort of concept where the people that are being interacted with do not know what's going on.
Show is Nathan For You. They could have sponsored this, and I would have been happy to, because it is quite literally the funniest show I've ever seen. I mean, and like the
one where he's like acting things out with like focus groups or whatever, and like there's this lady that's sitting in front of him, and he's just having her like say "I love you" to him.
That was so
like, say "I love you"
when you watch the show. He goes
so
down
emotional.
Well, I'll let you. Yeah, because
it's great.
He was trying to get her to refine a line. He's like, and she said "I love you," but he wasn't feeling it. She's like, "I love you," and he says again, "I love you." I love you. And by the end of it, he's tearing up, like crying, like sad. And this went on for like, I don't know the time because it was so awkward, but it was like a 2-minute thing of just "I love you" and "I love you." He just kept going. Wow, you look like a not burnt chicken nugget.
Yeah. I had to turn into a chicken nugget so I could get up and no one could see me like cripple away on my walker, because I need to turn on the light and the fan.
Yeah, that, and what I said is like the rabbit hole that show goes down is phenomenal, because the girl that he's helping with the line, quote unquote, because I don't think she needed help with that line, was practicing her line for his play that was a transcription of a real-life video of a bar. And he wanted people to be able to smoke in the bar legally. And he found a loophole where people could smoke indoors if it was a part of a play. So they set up 2 seats and had people just watch people in a bar. And they thought it was legit. They're like, wow, this was actually really good. I really enjoyed this. And they're like critiquing it as though it was anything other than people literally sitting in a bar. And so they had people professionally transcribe everything that was said in this entire evening, and then he turned it into a play. He got actors to say the parts. Oh my god, it was that one and the kid that was able to purchase alcohol if he was able to like drink it once he was 21, and he would know that he was able to own alcohol and purchase it with his own money, but he couldn't drink it until he was 21. Kids could order. Could buy alcohol, and then they just hold it for you. And then later on in the show, they followed up. They actually followed up, and he gave the kid his drink. And it
nice.
Oh my god!
Oh fuck!
I just have never.
Have you seen the latest season of Letterkenny that came out? And I don't feel like we talked about that yet. The latest season. It came out like in
October?
December, I think. No, was it?
I need to do some research because Letterkenny season 8 is what I recall being the last one.
Well, before we get into that, just yet,
like, way behind.
That whole thing about smoking in the on stage or whatever. I learned about that years ago through Ron White, actually.
Oh.
The Blue Collar Comedy Tour. I don't know if everybody knows who Ron White is, but yeah, Ron White. He did the tater salad stand-up.
Yeah.
They call me tater salad. There is a bit that he does where he pulls a cigar out of his pocket and cuts the tip off of it and actually lights it and smokes it on stage while he's doing his performance or whatever. And in one of his stand-ups at some point, he talked about how he was the only one in the whole theater allowed to smoke, you know, and that was just such a weird thing to him that because it's part of the performance. He just wanted to smoke a cigar. It has nothing to do with needing to be there for the show or anything. He just wants to be able to smoke a cigar. But it's
kind of ironic how meta that becomes. Because you're talking about it, even though he might have literally just wanted a cigar, it still became a part of the bit. And that was what the funny part was he made it part of the bit. Mm-hmm. Talking about it was part of the bit. Yeah,
you know? I mean, so now it is legitimate. You know,
I had that same
it started out with him just wanting to smoke a cigar, and it ended up with him legitimizing it so he could smoke a cigar.
That same shit happens with like me and my computer sometimes. Like I don't maybe need every upgrade, but in a weird twist around way, it does legitimately help me. So it's like you get to have both. Yeah. It's like I didn't need a cigar, but I mean it does help the performance here. So fuck it. I mean.
It gives him another 5 minutes of talking.
Yeah, basically. Letterkenny season 9 aired December 26th. All 7 episodes. They just dropped them on us.
You haven't seen it. Okay, you haven't seen it.
I didn't know. Okay. Nobody told me.
That's what you get to do tonight.
I don't know either.
I don't know why no one was talking about it. So
how did nobody even whisper that Letterkenny season 9 exists?
Responsible that nobody mentioned it.
I've been seeing clips and stuff on TikTok of all places where it's been coming up, and it's just like clips of Letterkenny problems, you know, with the 2 idiots. What's the name? Jonesy and
Riley.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the whole let's have a Donnybrook.
Short one,
you know, where he pulls his shirt off and he's like, "You want to go?" And he's like, "You pull your shirt off, but you leave your sunglasses on for a fight." Kind of backwards.
You're so fucking 5'11", bud.
That's the cold open of the first episode.
Yeah, but it's just little clips of stuff like that. It was weird that I've been coming across that on TikTok of all places, and I don't know why it just never occurred to me to check on when the newest season was or any of that.
Yeah, it occurred to me, and they were still in production or filming, so I just dropped the topic for months, and then now it's out.
It didn't feel very long at all, and I feel like this is kind of like a half season type deal. It definitely felt like there should be more episodes to this.
There's only
7. I guess
guess
Letterkenny's always been kind of short.
And this is like the same shit with Nathan for you. Let me guess, these are 20-minute episodes again, or are they full 30?
I don't remember.
Well, that must mean because it went too fast.
Yeah, it really did. And also, like,
if they're 20 minutes, you could knock this out in less than 3 hours. Sorry.
Glenn. He was only in one episode, and it looked like he was green screened in.
Who's Glenn?
Out of the whole season?
Is that the gay guy?
The preacher guy.
The super flamboyant preacher who's like not gay but definitely is.
He's the best. He's my favorite character.
I love him. The girl talk when he's like serving the ice cream at the bar when he was dating. I don't know.
Or the talent show when he was singing about
I just recently saw an outtake from the show where he was in like boxer briefs and his button down, and he's talking to the Dicks.
The Dicks are a group of family that are
talking to the father and the mother of the family, like the two main ones. I can't remember their actual names of the show.
He's also a guy in Trailer Park Boys. I just realized that. Yeah.
But he's talking to the two of them, and the outtake is that he calls her on it, and he's like, "Hey, up here," because she's been standing over there staring at his junk the whole time. And then they finally cut, and they're all laughing and everything, and she looks over at Noah and says, "Were you staring at his junk the whole time too?" And he's like, "Uh-huh." So
I think
both of them were just staring.
I remember
at
that in the show, aren't they just lasered onto his dick the whole time?
Yeah.
They milked everything they could out of that dick joke.
The outtake though was just them like laughing and being like,
"Thanks,
we were both staring."
Their
at
names were Anita and Noah. Dick.
Anita Dick. They have a whole back and forth where they just got every single pun you could get out of that dialogue.
That was one of the best episodes.
They milked everything they could out of that, and it was something.
Get my shovel and go down there and dig a hole, and it'll be the biggest dick hole you ever see.
Jesus.
Letterkenny is so good. It's like when Squirrely Dan starts talking about doing butt stuff with the girl, and they're all playing catch with the baseball, and then Wayne and
they just turn and start playing catch
they
with
start
each
playing
other
with each other. He's like, "Okay, never mind then." Oh fuck! Oh, it's so sad that there's like only 7 episodes. I'll take it though. I'll take it.
Yeah,
that's what
I
Nathan
think
for you.
A lot of it was also COVID, as most things are affected this year. But I feel like they'll come back in force this next year, and it'll be fine and dandy, and everything will be okay and back.
Because Nathan for You was 23-minute episodes, and there's 8 per season, except for the final season where there's 6, and then a really long hour-and-a-half one. And that was it. I burned through it in like 4 days. I was completely done, and I hated doing it, but it was so good. But my sister had a very interesting introduction, because the very last episode is not even an episode. It's an hour-long documentary-style movie-length feature thing about helping one of the recurring characters find a long-lost love. And it is nowhere near what a normal episode is like. But I wanted to show my sister the show, and I wanted to start with an episode I hadn't seen, which happened to be that one.
The last one.
And we were 30 minutes in before we realized what we were in for, and then I canceled the stream and we strapped in, and she enjoyed it though. She's gonna watch every episode, she told Mom. But
good.
Yeah, that was
I haven't seen that show actually in full yet. I've just seen YouTube clips. Where is it on? Do you know? Is it Hulu?
I don't even Google Nathan for You. I don't remember where I watched it. American docu. So yeah, to those who don't know, they're all real life people, and he had to stop the show because he made headlines with his antics literally like 10 times in different episodes. He made headline news. There were reports, actual news, and the show got too big. They couldn't find people that didn't know the show, and it was exhaustive, and it was
that was the same thing that happened with Borat for the second one.
Yeah.
Like he was walking down the street in New York and people running up to him going, "Hey, you're Borat." And he's like, "No, it's not me," and running away from them.
They even teased about that in the second movie where somebody did that, and he's like, "No."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was kind of
exactly
really funny,
what happened. That's why he ended up dressing up in all those weird costumes.
Yeah, it worked out really well because every single time he was noticed, it was just more press for the release of Borat 2, and so it worked out.
Yeah, it's I love good shows like this. What is this school? I don't know what that means, Stelly. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I didn't expect to. I think another show that did half a season was Lucifer. They released half of season 5.
Oh, I heard of that. Yeah.
Let's see. Did they ever? What's the deal with that? Lucifer.
I haven't seen that yet.
Season 5, part 2. I don't know what's going on. Release date 5 days ago. Okay. It's amazing how many reports go up on shows that aren't out yet. The sixth and final. It is understood that pandemic slowed work down. Wrapped up
Asher,
filming last year. Okay.
Asher, I know you saw it. Did you guys see this movie called 365 Days or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
One.
Guy kidnaps this girl and tells her that she's gonna fall in love with him. Essentially, is the whole thing. Like, he's seen her at one point, fell in love with her, and he's rich, so his like mafia style family situation. He kidnaps the girl. And
romantic.
Forces her to stay in his home, and is like, "You'll fall in love with me."
Yep.
You know, if you don't fall in love with me, I'll let you go after 1 year or whatever the hell it was. And it's just such a
Stephen King movie, Misery, but
it's got a 3.2 on IMDb.
It is. Yeah. It's like Misery, except he's really, really sexy.
Oh,
that's the whole thing. It's the whole thing with like
porn.
50 Shades of Grey kind of thing. It's basically porn.
Yeah.
It's a porn fantasy.
Yeah, I'm looking at these reviews and it's like it's either 5-star or 1-star. It doesn't look like there's a lot of in between.
No, it's a porn.
Okay.
There was a clip going around for quite a while where they were both in the shower or whatever, and the girl started to walk away from him, and he reached out and grabbed her by the back of her neck and whipped her back around to him or whatever. And everybody was just like, "Ooh, shit," you know. And you see the look. That's why it got all the 5 stars.
Uncomfortable.
What the hell?
No.
I was like, "Holy shit! This is on Netflix! Oh my god!"
Oh, is it?
But
wow.
I'm glad I watched it after Clark went to bed because it was, like on the front page of Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it looks like a sexy film. Okay, whatever. I'll watch it. Literally, basically a porn.
Yeah. The way it ended was just like, wow, okay. Fuck.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
they were
totally.
just like, you know what? Fucking nuclear option. Fuck it.
He killed her.
You'll just watch the movie.
Damn it.
Watch the movie. You'll enjoy the whole thing.
The whole thing. Okay, right. I'll take your word for it.
It's a very adult-oriented movie, though.
They basically spoiled the whole movie for you. I don't care, really.
Yeah,
you'll still enjoy it. Don't worry.
I never did watch 50 Shades of Grey because
50 Shades of Grey is even worse than this movie, I think, because this movie doesn't even pretend to be consensual. This movie is straight up, yeah, I fucking kidnapped you.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the premise of the movie.
50 Shades of Grey is like, I said content. No, that is not good kink. There is much better kink on the internet.
That's just bad Twilight
bondage. Everybody does that. What the hell? I don't
it's not
remember.
even the bondage. At one point, he basically straight up disregards her safe word. He's like, "No, you signed a contract saying no safe word." No, that's not a thing. That is not a thing. And if anyone ever says that's a thing, I will kill them for you.
Breaking Bad, Ozark, and Sherlock. I've never watched Sherlock, but if you're gonna put it up there with Breaking Bad and Ozark, I might have to.
I thoroughly enjoyed Sherlock.
What did you say,
Asher?
Yeah.
Asher?
It's nowhere near safe.
Nowhere near safe, yeah. No, absolutely not. Saying you signed a consent form for no safe word?
Pineapple juice.
Ridiculous.
I was somewhere, and so like when I was in San Francisco, I was like a certified dungeon monitor for the public dungeons. If those motherfuckers were in my goddamn zone, I'd kick them out.
Back the fuck up. You were a dungeon monitor?
As you should.
You cannot not elaborate on that.
You can't just gloss over some shit like that.
What more detail do you need? Like we've touched on before that I am a very kinky person.
People joke about having seen it all, but you probably have at this point.
Oh yeah. So there's public play spaces.
Like if you're a dungeon monitor, you had all the kinks at the same time on different screens.
Well, not even on screens. You were there in person. They had different sections of the public play spaces because you needed to be close enough to step in and say that's not safe.
Like a pit boss in a casino.
Got it.
I was a pit boss in a casino, but with kink.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And she pretends like this isn't wildly interesting or unique.
I didn't think it was.
It absolutely is the most interesting thing anybody's said in a while to me.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna show off the bookshelf I made.
I can't laugh like that. You guys, my abs are literally cut off.
Talking about how you're a dungeon master.
That's D&D, but I'm that too.
She's a dungeon master and a monitor. That's true, though. Not past the elbow. Okay, that's a good one. Stelly said that he made a horse sex dungeon once, and he did in our Minecraft world. You can see it on the patron server if you become a YouTube member. I'll link it in chat. Oh, I didn't tweet the stream. Whoops. Sorry, Twitter. Does anybody actually find this stuff through my Twitter? Has anybody in chat here ever come to the show or any of my streams through Twitter?
I follow you on Twitter, I think, but that's about it. So, yeah, I don't actually check my Twitter. I just.
But you don't actually engage with people on Twitter, so you don't have an independent Twitter following.
Well,
yeah, that's probably it.
Oh no, yeah, I respond to people who respond to me, or basically I get a tweet here and there. I got Allie to move to. None of you know Allie. Anyway, I got her to move to Discord finally, and I told her like. Her DM and tweeting my videos was like 99% of my Twitter usage. And so like getting her and I's conversation to Discord is like a lot of my Twitter life just cut out. And I'm so glad about it.
Speaking of getting somebody to join the Discord, that made me think of my older brother, actually. He joined the Minerva server a while back, like a long time ago.
Oh.
And I used the fact that he has a Discord to give him a key to Whone.
Ah, we're moving on to a Whone here.
Because it's my older brother's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Made it another year.
Yep. He is 41.
Happy
birthday. But I gave him one of the keys that Jessup was kind enough to give me to the game that he developed.
Mm-hmm.
And I also bought him one of his games that he wanted on his Steam wish list. But that was a good lead in to the whole conversation about Whone. Jessup, one of our members of Minerva here, has been developing this game for quite some time now, and he's been doing it live on streams and stuff like that. I've been a huge supporter since early on. And I have some keys that he was kind enough to give me because I've been such a huge supporter, and I would like to make sure that Rosa and Chrichelle both. I'd like both of you to get a key to check out this game that he made.
Get a giveaway going here?
And that was the next step. I have enough of them, and I'm pretty sure Beast has a few that he'd be willing to put up for doing a giveaway with, and I thought that would be fun too. So we can maybe set up and do a giveaway.
All right.
But I have, and Raul, if you're out there, you're definitely getting one. So I'm gonna DM you one.
I have a giveaway active.
DMs.
Pick winner. Let me just click it. Hey, Nathaniel, you won. I don't remember what this was. Whatever this was, Akova won it. All right. No,
Oh,
I
was so-
technically never finished our last giveaway. That's hilarious. Yeah, I actually played one today, and it was awesome. Very, very interesting.
How do you spell that?
WHONE.
ONE.
Should I do 30 minutes or no? Let's do a quick 5-minute poll, right? Just an easy one.
Yeah, just whoever's here right now.
I found it.
You know what? Let's just do a quickie. Pun intended. Wait, I don't even know how that's a pun anymore. We're just so far off the sex topic. All right, let's do a 2-minute duration here. I'm glad you know that. All right, let me. Can you access it on YouTube? God, I hope so.
Why was I the only one laughing?
We were laughing
Honestly,
in our
I
head.
think
I'm
they're
not
just-
allowed to laugh. All right.
I don't even think they
There's
feel it
literally
anymore.
Stitches in my abdominal muscles.
Okay, I think if you do exclamation point, there you go. Streamlabs has it. So exclamation point raffle. If you guys want a piece of the slick sex jokes.
Thank you, Sig.
He lubed up his comment. All right. Oh god, that was just too funny. The smooth experience earlier today. I had such a kick out of that. I made a couple of puns here and there, but
You're such a dork sometimes.
I know. It's fun to do it in real life where like you can get that instant. Both the ladies at the desk were like, "Oh my god." Cuz you just don't expect people to make jokes like that out in the real world. It kind of reminded me that we're like in a bubble on the internet of like especially funny people, and most people are not expecting humor. Like they're just so not expecting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 1 minute on the poll. So anybody who wants a chance to win this game, exclamation point raffle. I highly recommend it. It's a very fun game. You run around you have all these different terrains. So you start off in a forest. You have to go around looting these gems. You can unlock different jumps. So that's how you fly around the map. You start with 6 and you can jump up to 21 times. And literally based on how far you can jump. And the way I did it was just parkour. I got on top of a big tree and figured it out. I made it to the desert. And then you can make it to, I think there's another zone after that. I'm not 100% certain. I believe there's an ice
There
zone.
is an ice biome.
Yes.
It looks super
desert
cute.
biome, and there's a giant like grassy biome with giant mushrooms all over and
Forest.
stuff.
Yeah,
too.
that's the one you start in. And you have to save other dragons. And I might be getting my own dragon at some point. I very hope I do. All right, not that many people entered.
I very hope I do.
I very hope I do. Not that many people entered, so it should be pretty easy. A little embarrassing. Only 6 people want a free game on Steam. I'm actually surprised, but we do have 5 seconds on the... I probably should have done more time, but... Ready to redeem it on Steam. And Raul's not even in it. I might do another one, because it seems
I already gave him one.
Yeah, Raul's separate.
All right, okay, never mind. He said. Oh, we got Rufino came in at the last second. We have a lot of keys, so if anybody's interested later on, we might be able to...
It's installing on my computer right now.
Can I just resume entries? Oh, I totally
Looking
can.
forward to
Okay,
playing.
so if anybody wants to come in a little late, feel free to just exclamation point raffle. You got to spell it right, Jake. Now, because I want as many people to have a chance to get as possible.
Coming.
Sega, are you doing one of your keys?
Sure. I've got like 5 left that I can do.
Oh my god.
What?
You had 20. What have you been? You've been busy.
I have friends.
And you've been talking to them.
I've been wanting to give them.
You have... Who
free
would
game.
want to talk to you?
Murray, I did. I saw...
3 keys have happened to right here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do
And Raoul.
close entries now. I think that was the last one. All right. Pick winner. Boom. Jake. Wow. He was the one who entered after I reopened it. Wow. Well, there you go. Contact Sig on Discord, and he can absolutely hook you up.
Yeah, Jake, make sure you're joined up on the Discord and just send me a DM so that I know you're you.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool game. Yeah. So anybody
I'm
who's
looking
new to
forward
the show,
playing.
we
That
do
seems fun.
somewhat regularly give away games on the stream. Not every stream, but it definitely happens. So stay
I
tuned.
even
in
talked.
future
I even
weeks.
talked to Akova about giving him a key, and he wasn't able to take one because it won't work on his system.
What
I was
system
like,
does he have? Is it...
He runs on Linux and everything. This is set up to work through Windows.
Yeah.
So
My dad has Linux and Windows on his computer, And whenever I give him like a game for Christmas or his birthday, he always is like, "Does it work on Linux? Does it work on Linux?" He's like, "No, but you can make it work on Windows, which you have." So
I was it's kind of open. I mean, it's definitely early access. Like it's early in that he's still working on it, but
Right.
I like that it's open like Minecraft. There is a rough tutorial that is all movement based, and these are enemies, and you die from grass, and that's it. You just need to.
That's good game design, though. Like when you have the tutorial as part of the game, kind of.
It's
there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of. It is still very much an alpha. It has no audio slider. Like you can't adjust the actual game music.
Yeah.
So be prepared for that, because the enemies that you encounter do make a sound, and it does help to be able to hear them, but you can't turn the volume down for the music that's happening. It's good music, but it can be a little loud at times, so be aware of that.
I imagine now is a good time to leave constructive criticism and reviews so that they can work
and I mean, he's aware of these things. They're all still work in progress, very much.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I encountered, and apparently Nick Turnus encountered it as well, was there's a plant that if you fly too close to it or jump too close to it, whatever you want to call it, it screws up your controls and gives you a little like dizziness effect, right?
I got it
and
too.
If you die while you have that dizziness effect, sometimes when you respawn, you keep the dizziness effect. And it really messes you up because you can't make it go away.
Is that what happens?
I got around that by flying back to a flower that caused the dizziness effect using the wonky controls and got the effect again, and then continued until it just faded off of my character naturally. So I did find a workaround without having to restart the game.
I had it where I didn't even die. It just, the 3 seconds it's supposed to end after, it didn't. So I was just dizzy forever, and it didn't clear upon death. He said if you quit and go back in, it fixes it. But what I did too was I went back to the plants, because I didn't know what I was dealing with. I went back to the plant and thought, can you hear me? I don't know. Maybe it's a toggle thing, but...
No. The one downside to the enemies was to me they look like something I want to collect.
Mm-hmm.
So the first encounter it told me that's an enemy. You kill it like this, and I said okay, killed it. The first actual encounter in world though, I was like, oh, what's that? Flew right at it.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So the defense to kill those enemies are short range melee basically.
Yeah. Area
you gotta time it real well, and there's a cooldown, so you can't spam it. And I died like pretty far out onto an adventure, and I was not a fan of that. I had
3 of those enemies all came in one right after the other on me once, and it kind of got me.
You could ask Benzo. I was putting into jukes for a little bit there. I was staying alive when we were on a bigger adventure because I didn't want to die. I was on that big tree again, and I'm like, nah, you're gonna leave me alone. But it's neat. I can't wait. I don't want to spam DM him because I was lighting up with ideas, flying through this map thinking, oh, this would be cool, oh, that'd be cool, oh, this is kind of tricky, oh, you should add this and this, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna bite my tongue and not drown him, because
right.
But see, that's the thing, is he wants to have it move out of alpha and into beta at least by the last quarter of this year. So within a year, he wants to be moving into beta situation.
It did scare me, though, because he said that he learned a lot and that his next project would be a lot better. And I'm like, oh. Because I don't know what his timeline is, but I'm like, oh, we just launched this game and you're already talking about your next one. I'm like, damn, how much are you going to put into this? Then I don't know.
Some people, I think, just think long-term like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. I don't really think he should drop this anytime soon. Just develop.
I genuinely hope he gets this to a fine polish and he's super happy with it, and he starts making a lot more games.
This is a game that could have a satisfying end. Again, everybody, this is a world explorer. There's a finite amount of jumps you can unlock, and at a certain point, there's not going to be more world to explore. So if he adds like
he has add-on stuff planned
or whatever, a list of logs that you need to do, and you can 100% the game in maybe a 10-hour span. You can just call it done, and it's just an easy game. Like that's
I mean,
a couple of really good walking simulator games out there like that. And it's
I was with him Yeah, I was with him early on, like when he was still designing like the tutorial level. I was hanging out with him and talking to him during streams and stuff while he was just building the little platforms that you respawn on and stuff like that, and how working through how it all worked, and the teaching it all the behind the scenes stuff on streams, and it was just super interesting. And I popped in and hung out with him for that kind of stuff here and there, and he's got some big plans. He's got a lot going on.
Cool.
And
awesome.
I expect a ton from him.
And it's one of those like
watching it happen back then, I was looking at it going, I don't know that this is going to be a game I'm going to enjoy personally, but I'm, I feel like it's going to be you're going to do well with this, I got a key from him and I plugged it into the thing, played the game, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get stuck in this game. Caught me.
I found a floating mushroom, but Steam screenshots aren't working for me, so I couldn't retrieve my image. So, Jessup, if this gets back to you, there's a floating mushroom somewhere. No pressure. No stress, but...
No, that's the thing, is I talked to him about that too, as all the keys that I'm giving out and everything. I'm telling people, give him a genuine, honest review if you can. Tell him if you see problems. Tell him what you think. Tell him what would make the game better for you. Give him
what went
real
well,
feedback,
what didn't go well.
Yeah. And I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Even
this
even if he
isn't
doesn't
some random
use your
developer.
idea.
This is a friend.
You're a potato.
I am a potato.
The
I gotta
queen
take
potato.
meds. I am the queen potato.
I love how good those
Or
face things are. They
Diglett,
track so
who can
well.
say?
No, tomato.
Diglett.
I'm a potato.
And no, honestly, I thought about really easy ways to monetize this
you're a
game.
tomato.
Like, you could... All he has to do is make some dragon models that are purchase only, that don't affect gameplay in any way, and
Cosmetic.
you just totally could. I don't know if he's interested in that, but damn, it is just... That would be so easy. It's like Among Us. It's like $3 for some of those pets, and people freaking buy them. No questions asked.
Want to be special. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, shit. And I told Benz this when I was chatting with him. I'm like, that's a $5 game. A $3 cosmetic goes a long way for such a cheap game, and that's all you can do.
I got
And
to name
people
one.
buy it.
I got to name one of the dragons.
Oh, nice. What'd you name it?
I'm jealous.
Algernop.
Algernop.
Yeah, that's Krieger.
a good
That's
name.
Krieger's first name from the character.
That's actually really fitting for that game's aesthetic.
Yeah, Algernop, and he asked me if I had a color preference, and I told him OED 145.
I think he's making me a beast one
my green.
with Milotic colors,
So,
and I'm very excited about that too. So the green one is yours, with Algernop. So how does that work?
Yeah,
Do you get to be
that one's
dragon
me.
at any point?
no, it's just it's one of the friendly ones that you collect over the course of the game, as far as I understand it. Yeah, I don't know if he may implement a thing where you can change to the other ones at some point. I don't know.
I would really like
good.
that attack to no longer be melee and have some sort of ranged projectile, and to upgrade your dragon and develop this thing like in Spore kind of thing would be very fun, I think. Because I was working with this default dragon and I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be my guy the whole time? Because that's a little okay, but all right. That's Do I get to at least be one of the dragons I'm saving? I mean, that would make sense. Unlock your dragon by saving more.
Jake finally got in touch with me.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's I'm very interested in that game. I know that we showed no gameplay, but WHON, it'll be ONE. It'll be in the stream. It'll be in the video title once this is finished streaming. I'll type it in chat even, just one. It's on Steam, $15. It's a little pricey, but it's not going to a big corporation.
Developers.
Is he alone on the game? I don't remember.
I believe he is the only developer. Yeah.
Supporting indie developers.
You're supporting an indie developer and a friend of ours. Yeah. So it's one guy who does actually need those dollars. So, I'm always weird about that too. If I see a $15 price tag on Steam, I'm like, haha, okay, I was interested, but I'm
actually gonna buy a copy of it for my wife.
Well,
should.
that's actually pretty funny because I talked to Tom Joe about it, and I was gonna give Tom Joe a key, and he was like, "Oh, I already bought it," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So it's not just that it's a friend of ours or whatever. It's actually a good game. So
yeah.
Like I said, I did not expect that I would really enjoy it all that much, and then I actually gave it a shot, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm easily going to get trapped in this game and play it for a long time.
Yeah.
I learned something today. Burnt hair
yeah,
has
Raul.
a smell.
Oh, yeah, it's disgusting.
It lingers. Send the Steam URL in chat. Oh, Sig's probably already out.
I am not on that. I'm typing to Raul. I can do that though.
I'll launch Steam. I got it. I can do this.
I have it in DMs to people. I can just grab it from there.
I already have the game open.
Okay.
It already owns Whone and wishes for Whone.
Oh, I guess
Paradoxical.
Sig probably get there a lot quicker than I am.
I am a lot quicker. I'm doing it now.
Wow, my scroll bar lagged on Steam. I have like 500 games.
Hello, Akova.
Yeah. Not mod here, so I can't. Oh, right. Without getting smited.
I just bought it from my wife. So
wow, already on it.
See if she enjoys it too. So.
Yeah, I'd love to see some. The cool thing about the game, especially as one of his first completed games, is that it's not a game with like a ton of replayability, and it doesn't need it either. Like you can finish this, and there's an end, and it's.
Well, it has extendability as well. Like he has the potential for adding new areas if you wanted to explore new areas too. So the replayability, not necessarily so much, but new areas to explore as DLC is a good move.
And for what it sounds like, I mean, if you base it off of just a simple thing and you have like this sort of walking simulator or collecting thing type deal, you could expand that into something a lot more pretty easily.
When am I uploading the best SMG video? That's a funny worded question because I haven't started the best SMG video. So, okay. I ran a poll on YouTube because apparently those are really good for channels right now. I don't believe it. All right. Either it was until Spiffing Brit exposed it, and now there's so much clutter that it doesn't help you anymore. But
it's just a little spammy is what it is.
And yeah. But I ran a poll because I figured, well, if I'm going to redo all the best weapons in Fortnite, then I should at least run a poll. And I can show this here. Best SMGs won by a landslide. I mean, it's not even close. More than half the poll of the 4 options were all SMG. So I might just take the best pistols at 10% there and make that video next. And because the real troll is that I intend to make all of them. Like I'm gonna do the SMGs. I never promised I'd do the next one. I just said, let me know what you want next. Wink, nudge. And the other problem is if I want people to vote on what
everyone wins, so
right. If I want them to vote on what they want next and I follow that the whole way, it means the interest in the series will decline up until the last video. So if I knock out a boring one like pistols right away, then I could just get that out of the way. And I don't know. I don't know if that would go well. I might even skip pistols because they're so bad. But if I'm gonna remake one, I gotta remake all of them. So yeah.
Fair enough.
The real trick is that I did the best bows in the same thumbnail theme as the old videos, and I've got a new thumbnail theme for the new videos, but the bows videos isn't outdated. So
yeah.
I might just change the thumbnail. I don't know. Maybe I won't. It doesn't matter. It literally won't change anything. If people want to know about the best bows, they're still going to click it. It doesn't matter what the thumbnail is. So anyway. Yeah. I thought that'd be funny.
Hey, Chrichelle.
Yeah.
You posted a picture about this bookshelf thing. And we got caught up in all kinds of other stuff.
We did. I wanted to just mention that in case there was a lull in conversation. So yeah, I made a little thing that's 8 feet tall and it's just for DVDs and Blu-rays. And it's only like 6 inches like deep as far as.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it just
not a euphemism?
Because
so
that's
no.
It's funny that you say that.
Mind twisted.
Because as soon as you said 8 foot tall, I just imagined a Frankenstein in your garage. So then you said 6
Yeah.
inches deep, and my brain was still elsewhere.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's see it. What do
So
we got here?
yeah,
It's in the.
it's
Oh,
it's
coming
in the chat.
along.
Oh,
I've still got some work
It's in
to
our
do
chat.
on it.
he was
I-
leaning to his left. I didn't know if it was. Oh, it's in the garage. Okay, let me show this.
Yeah. I did that all yesterday and I got pretty far. I'm trying to get through all the wood that I have in the backyard before it all starts molding and rotting. Some of the board on this one was moldy and rotting, so I had to cut around that. It's like cheese, you can cut the good parts off, but it's still kind of gross. I mean the bad parts, you know.
I don't think that's how cheese works.
Don't eat
my father
that
tried to
has mold
convince
on
me
it.
that that's how cheese worked all through my growing up, and I was never a fan.
Technically, all cheese is mold,
Wonder
so
if Donna got harvested.
maybe. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, she got pulled up and all the dirt washed
Like
up.
some sort
I
of
did.
villager came by and
I
like,
got pulled into the nether.
yeah.
She's been here, or just sat down.
No, I've on headset the whole time.
Oh wow.
Either way, it's still a pleasant dirt patch that is ready to be tilled or mined or picked up by an Enderman or something.
Indeed. Yes.
that one cube
Yeah.
with the grass on it.
Sig, are you working
Speaking-
today?
No.
What would be a fun dinner.
I am set for Thursday and Saturday this week.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have to go directly to work.
Okay.
All
okay,
right,
I
Mr.
know, I'm
Big
just-
Branikova.
Yeah, I was joking, but I mean I am also stupid, but I was joking that time. But
And American cheese made by Kraft is not cheese at all anyway. It's processed American cheese food product. So
yeah, bioplastic or some shit.
plastic.
That's my least favorite type of cheese.
I got one of those
Yum, cheese.
Beast Go Get a Life comments today.
Oh yeah?
And
Oh,
I
yeah?
told him, tell me what you think about my life, or what you think you know about my life. And he said, you didn't respond to any of your fans, but you replied to me because I said go get a life. Man, this tells a lot. I did respond to other people. In fact, most of them got a heart or a response.
Or both. Yeah.
And I told him that, and then he just disregarded that and said, stop wasting your time on this game and play Sooth else. You can make money. So I don't think grammar is his strong suit. He seems to be very educated though, so I'll take his advice and go get a life, apparently.
The grammar thing really cracks me up. So I've had a lot of like family drama lately,
Oh, fun.
and I just don't respond to it. It's whatever. So my favorite thing when it like is taking up mental. Hold on, let me turn this up. When it's taking up mental space, is my favorite thing is to look at like the hateful things they write and just print it out, get a highlighter, and correct the spelling and grammar.
Oh, that's so good.
It's cathartic.
I was gonna say that sounds like a therapy
very
thing.
petty.
To just check-
It's a therapy
underline.
because it's not like I'm gonna send it to them. I just my way of dealing with that is I just ignore them. I literally just ignore them. I don't grace them with my response.
Yeah.
So it's just cathartic for me. I print it out and I sit there and I correct it like I'm an English teacher, and it just reminds me how fucking stupid they are, and that invalidates opinions. And
Rosa,
so
this
like
is
it
really
makes me feel
condescending
better.
approach to the situation.
Rosa,
but-
I love you, but that whole time you were explaining that, I was thinking of Potato explaining that, and could not get that out of my head.
Do you want me to put the potato back on? I can put the potato back on.
But it did make it that much
Mrs.
more for
Potato
me.
Head, class in session.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a good pun. No, and I don't have a good response to him, so I might just stop there. I did this another
Yeah.
time, actually. I think, I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast, but there was a guy who left, like, one of those comments who thought he knew my financial situation and decided that my life was not living up to his standards of what he thought it should be.
Yeah.
He said it in less
He
kind
had a lot of
words.
expectations for you. He expected medical school for you by now.
But basically what I did
Days.
was I just exposed that he knows nothing about what he's talking about, and because he had a very judgmental tone for a guy who had no information on the situation, and eventually he just stopped responding because, I mean, you had nothing to start. I mean, you brought an empty gun to a gunfight, and I showed you that your magazine's empty, and so he just stopped responding at a certain point, and it was just, yeah, and I attempted to do the same thing with this guy, but he burned his match a little quicker than the last guy did, so I'm just gonna stop there. This isn't stimulating to me anymore. It's a little unfortunate, but I don't know. Go do something else with your life. A lot of times
you just don't have the time or the crayons to explain to people where
crayons. What are you,
they're
hungry?
wrong. Maybe a little. I didn't have much for lunch.
The funny thing is what he did, like commenting that I only responded to him and not my real fans, suggesting that I'm more interested in critique than but I'm like, I did. And you can scroll up and down where I responded to other people. How do you even type those words and hit send with a straight face?
But so what you're saying is you're not a real fan, but here you are in my comments section saying dumb shit.
Right.
I think
Who really has their notifications turned on?
I really turned my brain off for this conversation. No wonder he got me so bored, because I didn't swing hard enough. He opens with an uneducated comment, and then I told him to tell me what you think you know about my life. And what he said was, so I should respond again by saying, okay, so what you proved is you don't have the foresight to read through the comments, much less any clues about my life. I don't know, it's just... Yeah. I don't like to get worked up about it. What I like to do is just like painfully dissect the ridiculousness of some comments, and it's a guilty pleasure. I very rarely respond to stuff like that in my channel, but every once in a while, a comment rubs me the right way, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you some attention. Why not? So, yeah, it's just...
You got me.
And I know grammar's always a low blow, like not everybody's... But it matters when you're typing to me using commas like periods, capitalizing nothing, and genuinely and generally making your comment harder to read. It's like, dude, like you can't type like that and be taken seriously. You just can't.
The family drama lately has been like hate directed at another family member. And I just keep telling them, don't feed the trolls.
I don't have...
What'd you say, Asher?
It's like we're on a news broadcast where there's that delay between...
Don't criticize my life. I can criticize your grandma.
Perfect.
I've never had... Have we ever had family drama? I don't have a big family, but...
No, but your family also isn't psycho.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Your family is honestly great. Like your mom, your sister are both nice. Adopted family of Sig is also nice.
Well, you met my sister too, didn't you? We all we were all there. My dumbass. I remember. Okay, here's my thing. Because remember, they left to go to the store afterwards. So in my brain, I'm like, that's right. They were there in the beginning, and then we had lunch together. It was very fun.
We had lunch at what was the place? Torchy's Tacos, which is an amazing place in Texas.
I literally, I shit you not, in my brain, that place, I only ever think of Torchic, and I could not remember why until you just said that. I could still remember the Pokemon, but not why I came to that conclusion. Torchy's Tacos. That figures. That makes a lot more sense now.
That screenshot that I just posted to us, you don't need to show it on the stream or whatever, but that screenshot right there where I basically just took a screenshot of what was going on in the chat and then hand wrote my commentary over top of things.
Yeah.
That's essentially what Rosa was saying about.
It's good practical application.
Yeah, I was going, seriously. This is what's happening in the chat right now. Okay. Just writing stuff out for the other moderators to see, But that's cathartic.
There's a good amount of mental exchange that's worth keeping note of, like hate speech. Well, let's not use that term. I mean more like annoying comments online or things people say, hateful comments, is like, you got to think about your time and the mental tax, because it's really easy to defend. But defend against what? Was that an attack? I mean, it was a comment online. It's not going to change the world. Other people might see that comment, but
also the person that made that comment, their mind isn't going to be changed, and they're not going to have some grand and sweeping
this
revelation.
Is what I'm saying is, one, you are never going to win anything by changing one guy's mind in that way. And two, the thing that I think of as a content creator is this guy's comment in my comment section gonna revolutionize my fan base and turn everybody against me? No, like it's not.
Probably not.
You want to respond like he took a shot at you, but really he just waved a flag in the distance. Oh, there's a cat.
Somebody's missing teeth.
Yeah, tell him to lean in here and show us all the teeth he's missing.
Hey, come here and show him the teeth you're missing. Give him a grrr face. Look at the camera.
Gotta lean in.
It is cropped.
No, you can't.
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
You can't climb on Mama.
Oh, here, hold on.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. You got a little bit of those chompers
or something.
All right, go.
Yeah.
He's missing his 2 front teeth.
So he didn't get those for Christmas, huh?
No, he didn't get them for Christmas.
Losing my teeth.
Unfortunate.
It was the most satisfying thing to wiggle it and then eventually just get it out of there. I had a tooth as a kid that I whittled so far before I pulled on it that it just popped out, and with no pain. It was done. And I was like, look at that.
I hated that whole experience.
Really? I loved it.
It was not fun.
Wow. You know,
It's
like
It
the
was
old thing where you...
terrifying for me, for my teeth to be falling out.
The old joke where you tie it to your tooth with the slam the door shut. I never had anything take that much effort.
Yeah.
Although there was one of my molars that like had to go. The dentist said, like, this needs to, you need to pull it out or I'm gonna pull it out, kind of thing. So I was trying, and that one was not my most fun experience. That sucked because it wasn't gonna fall out on its own. It had some complication. But the rest of my teeth, it was nice. It was so fun when it finally came loose and then it's all bloody and you're like, oh no. I liked it. I don't know. It was a fun process. I don't get to lose my teeth anymore. Well, if I do, I don't once.
I don't miss
The
it.
door slammy thing is less about the force it takes and more about just doing it fast. So it distracts the kid. Because like I was saying, when I was a kid, it freaked me out that my teeth are falling out of my head. This is literally shit adults have nightmares about. And you just expect children to accept this. This is something that helps me eat. It is a part of me my entire life. And now it's just falling out.
This is part of my head.
Right.
Rosa gets it.
I might have told the story about the giant splinter I got through my foot. Did I tell you guys about that? Years ago. And this ties back into the quick
splinter where?
thing. I got a giant splinter through my foot. Right? You know what a 16-penny nail is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
the big ones.
That big, right? And imagine this is the bottom of my foot, and it went in here and came out over here. So like through all of that flesh, like that, through the side of my foot. I was walking on a dock after having gotten out of a boat on the lake, and we're walking along the dock, and I turned to say something to my buddy behind me, and as I turned, I slid my foot, and my foot just picked up a giant piece of, like, through it. And
that's horrifying.
I hobbled up to the picnic table and sat there with my foot up on my knee, and I was like, you got to pull this thing out of my foot, dude, you know? And there's like 6 people with me. Like, everybody's turning green.
Yeah.
And Robert got out his Leatherman out of the boat, like the little folding pocket tool thing, and grabbed hold of it and did the thing where he just kind of like slowly like pulled on it.
God.
And I was like, no, just snatch it out of there. And he's
terrible.
And he's like, and he's just he's being very ginger about it and just soft about it. And I was like, no,
like, there's no more you can hurt me right now.
And he was like, I can't do it. And he just handed me the thing. And I was like, fine. And I took the Leatherman, grabbed it, and went, and just done, you know. And then I wrapped my foot in a t-shirt, and we got back in the boat and got back across the lake. and got out of the boat and went back to his girlfriend's house, and his mother put mercurochrome on it, of all things. Like that, the oldest, like I think it was mercurochrome, whatever it was. That
I don't know.
or no, iodine. It was iodine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like old medicine. Like I was just like, that's what people still use this, kind of thing. But she was like, yeah, it'll disinfect it. It's fine, And a while later, I had to have a part of my foot cut open to get a piece of it that was still embedded in there out.
Yeah, that's how rusty nails work.
Yeah, it started to give me blood poisoning.
Yeah.
You could see like the black lines like creeping up my veins on my leg, and the doc said that if I hadn't come in when I did, that it could have killed me.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I turned off my headset. I can't hear a thing.
You're okay now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're all done.
Mm-hmm.
I had to bear the full brunt of that or whatever. It was horrifying.
You had to listen. I had to experience it.
Yeah, no, that's fair, I guess. It's worse.
I literally had a chunk of my body chopped off last week willingly, and I still didn't want to listen to that story.
It wasn't as bad as everybody's making it out. Like, oh my god, it was horrible. It wasn't. It was just a fucking splinter, just bigger than usual.
Sounds awful.
You've got body piercings.
I don't know,
Mine was just accidental.
Chicken or something.
Yeah, I was planning on
talk about it like
fixing up my 3D printer a little bit more. I still want to print off that one last thing that you sent me, Rosa, before I send you the full giant box of things.
Package of things.
I'm sorry I haven't done that yet, but yeah.
Okay.
But I'm working on some upgrades right now that'll hopefully make it. I'm having some problems with it. It's like I don't know, it's making weird patterns on the parts, and there's like layer shift and all sorts of stuff, and it's not the greatest. So I got to fix that first. So
Blobfish has been posting a lot of pictures of his 3D printing project for his headphone stand.
Oh, nice. Where is he posting those? I haven't seen those.
They've been in the gallery. There's been a lot said about how it looks very similar to a Bad Dragon dildo.
Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that looks like one of those things. It's pretty girthy.
My mind didn't immediately go there, but I see it now after people have brought it up and made a thing of it. But yeah, there's that.
All right. That does look cool though. If it's I guess.
But I mean, all it is some like branches or tentacles coming up together and standing, out so that you can hang headphones on it. But yeah, from certain angles, it does not look like a headphone stand at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chrichelle,
sorry, Rosa, I was meant to not make you laugh.
Lipstick holder thing as soon as possible, because I want to see how well the lipsticks fit, and if it fits really well, I'm gonna want a few of those.
Okay, and I have a mostly full roll of rainbow PLA, so I should be able to do that. And I only got that for making that little marble track for my niece. So yeah, the rest of it is all yours. So.
Oh, how did that marble track thing go over with your niece? Did you tell us about that?
We didn't actually get to go see my niece and nephew or my brother and my sister-in-law.
Coronavirus.
Because my sister-in-law was exposed to COVID, so yeah. And also she couldn't be around my grandparents because they're old and and also she's has some pretty serious medical problems. She just underwent some pretty serious heart surgery yesterday. So she's doing okay now though, so that's good. But yeah, I haven't seen them in a pretty long time, so I'll have to go down and visit sometime. They're in San Antonio right now, which is. Have you been to San Antonio, Beast?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I was 3 hours out of our way.
You're down to Houston. No. I don't know. You went somewhere when you went down to Texas. You were.
We went straight through the middle down to Corpus Christi.
Okay. Yeah, that's nowhere near San Antonio.
Because Lego is, I believe, over there, San Antonio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was about a 3-hour drive off our path.
Yeah.
And
that's where my brother is.
My travels never took me to Texas. I did all the states surrounding Texas, essentially. Like I went all the way around. Never
specifically avoiding Texas.
It wasn't specifically avoiding, but it seems like it.
I need to travel more. Oh my god, I didn't even mention this. I might as well. I almost flew to New York. Or almost booked a flight to New York. Yeah. I had a split-second decision and damn near pulled the trigger. But then rescheduled. Well, because I mentioned Allie earlier, and we're not dating or anything. It's not even remotely that. But we were talking about something about Pokemon Go in her stream because she was streaming Pokemon Go. And I made the joke about like, oh yeah, I don't remember. It was a very funny conversation, but I essentially just offered to fly down and like do one of the Pokemon events with her, and she was like, sure, you should. And I was like, don't say that because I will. She's like, no, really. And I was like, last warning. I didn't say that, but basically like I've been known. And no, she was dead serious, and I DM'd her about it later, but she has like a birthday on the exact days surrounding the event and is leaving New York in very soon after. And I was like, yeah, flying in for a 1-day event with 20-degree weather for an event that's not even that exciting was like, yeah, no, we probably shouldn't then. And so because I would have, but again, it's winter and there's no like indoors to play in New York apparently. So yeah, it was just bad timing, even though I totally would have. And that's the other thing is like a round trip flight to New York, like there and back, was like less than $200. It was like,
well, I mean, I did that whole thing at one point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fly up and go see Beast, but I'll just go to Boston on the way,
right,
for a week, and go see Asher. So,
and that was really exciting too, because I might have been high key flirting. No, I was, but I was like, no, I will. And we
it was a good time.
and we figured that like maybe summer would be better, and she has a friend going to a college in Minnesota sometime in the summer as well, and she might visit her friend. And I was like, well, I suppose I could make time for like a 40-minute drive. I guess if the schedule allows.
I have to.
Like, you know. And she really wants to see the Mall of America anyway, because it's an insane Pokemon Go spot, and it's a tourist attraction for a lot of reasons. So, yeah, and she's a harder core Pokemon Go player than I am, like, which is saying something, because I'm not a world-class grinder, but I'm not the average player. So she plays more than I do, and it's fun. I don't know. So yeah, that's my story of really nearly flying to New York, because I totally would have. Totally will, but I just need a proper reason.
Yeah.
Although she was like half the reason I wanted to go to New York anyway. I mean, it's New York, sure, but you know.
With the pandemic and the cold of winter, it's not a good run for right now, because I think New York is still locked into the whole you can't enter the state unless you get a test done.
That is what I read. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like talking about it when I was earlier with her, because I was like, I'd still have to get a test, and I don't even know how long that would take, and it would probably cost money to fast track it. I'm like,
$150 is what it cost me to be able to go into Massachusetts.
And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah.
You don't even want to risk that, because New York is such a hot spot. Like,
yeah. So is Dallas Fort Worth right now too. So
yeah, I
go to work
something crazy. And that was the other thing, was vlogging it. Like, there's no fucking way I could catch a flight to New York, especially with that amount of time frame, and not bring the camera. I mean, like, I would have to do something with that, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't even believe it happened. Nevertheless, other people not believing it happened. Like, you just flew to New York for like 2 days and came right back. What? But
I thought about it, like going before coming to visit you, coming to stay here. Like I thought about during COVID, they had flights for as cheap as like $50 round trip to go from Charleston to Massachusetts, and I thought about it. I was like, I could do it. I could just do a day trip, $50. You know, go spend an evening,
wouldn't let
have
me
dinner.
fly back on the same day. I was a little annoyed. I was like, really? I could skip hotel fare and almost for free just visit New York for a day. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do something crazy. I'm bored and I have time, so I need to find somewhere to go and do it. And that's that.
Well, we could go over into Michigan and visit Highland.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say me when I was up there eventually.
When you are eventually. Right now, Highland's
You're not
only
there
10
right
hours
now.
away.
We think of you as
I am
Texas
not there right
because you're
now,
in
so.
Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I find amusing?
Fair
Well,
point.
yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny for a second, the irony that, like, of all places, Minnesota was the better place to visit between New York and Minnesota, just because of the mall. I was like, yeah, if you were going to visit, ironically, because of the cold, Minnesota would be better, because the mall's plenty warm. That's, like, plenty warm. Like, take your jacket off before you go in, because you're going to sweat.
And you know, there's not huge refrigeration trucks hauling dead bodies away in Minnesota. So
Not really.
Yeah.
You couldn't drive.
don't go to New York, and please don't come to California.
We were talking about that, Stelly. I was reminded that he's got the thing where little sounds can trigger him, like, a lot worse than a normal person should be triggered by such sounds. I think
Misophonia.
I don't remember who brought it up, but we were talking about it. And I haven't heard about it in a while, which is interesting because he noted just now that he found a fairly effective way to deal with it. And I figured that he had, because I haven't heard him mention it in a long time. So I'm interested.
Yeah, I would love to know what that is.
I'm wondering what the deal is. Yeah. Do you know the way?
But no, because I mean, to those who might not even know, because it makes for a good podcast conversation. Because I told her later on, even like that, she mentioned that I was crazy or whatever, and I told her like I drove to Indiana to deliver a PC that I built for a friend, and sent the video, and I was like, "Here's my receipt." And then Panda, who was in chat earlier, probably left by now, visited for 2 hours one day because he was already in Minnesota just with his family, and their hotel was like 15 minutes from my house, so he just came over and just hung out for 2 hours, and that whole interaction was on a stream, so it's kind of cool. Mom offered cookies. He didn't take any, but she definitely offered. And Sheen, who is not around the community very often anymore, I think he quit the internet for the most part, but he's been around for in fact, to those who don't know Sheen, he actually was the one who showed me how to set up OBS for the first time. Without, I don't want to give him too much credit, because if it wasn't him, it was going to be somebody else probably, but it did end up being him who, unlocked the OBS what do I do's before I made my very first video, and well, here we are. So I have learned OBS since. I'm quite familiar with it now. And anyway, he happened to be in Minnesota for a thing he was doing and hung out for a day. Him and his dad came by. It was very cool. So that's when I told her, I was like, I mean, don't tempt me, because I will. Like, snap trips, I mean, I'm all about it. I mean, been there, done that. We drove to Texas to check out a college that my sister wasn't even seriously considering. Just cause. I mean, she was seriously, but I mean, like, not really. And she actually got her first choice school anyway, so that was it. And it wasn't the one in Texas. So that's when we met Chrichelle, because we're like, well, I mean, if we're gonna be
on the way back from the trip.
Yeah,
so.
We were only 45 minutes from where you are, and just drove right by. So we're like, let's do it.
Why not? Yeah,
of course.
That was fun.
The fact that you said Sheen may have quit the internet altogether made me think about this. When I called my older brother earlier to tell him happy birthday and stuff, I was talking to him about Discord, and I said, hey, I'll send you that Steam key for Whone on on Discord because I know you're part of Minerva. And he's like, oh yeah, how often are you on Discord? And I was like,
We don't talk about
I don't
it.
understand the question. And he was like, well, do you use it pretty regularly? And I was like, I don't understand the question.
It's like, how often do you stop breathing? I'm like,
Do you think I stop being on Discord sometimes? Like, And he was like, oh, okay, well then I can message you on there anytime and I'll be able to get a hold of you, right? And I was like, yeah.
Like if I'm not on Discord, or if you're not on Discord, like I'll hear the alert
wrong.
if you text me.
Yeah.
I had that reaction today, actually. I'm not trying to go all the way back to the laser hair topic, but I didn't have my phone on me because she was so chatty the whole time. I just didn't need my phone.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me afterwards, I was like, whoa, I just didn't use my phone for almost 2 hours. Like, that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's been a long time that I did that without sleeping. Huh. And I mean, like, I've not used my phone before, but I mean, like, properly didn't even check it. That's okay. Like, I mean, I just did it now where I haven't really touched my phone the whole show, but that's different. I'm preoccupied. So it was like, wow. Okay. I just wasn't. And I mean, even now I'll hear an alert, right? But my phone was across the room. I didn't see anything coming through. So I just had no. Yeah, it was very bizarre, but.
Whenever I'm at work at the restaurant, I'll do that thing where I take my phone out of my pocket and I set it up on something like leaning against something where I can kind of see it, so that I can check messages and stuff like that just by walking up and touching instead of having to dig it out of my pocket or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I will spend an entire shift without ever even looking at my phone or thinking about my phone, and then at the end go, oh shit, I got like 8 messages or something like that.
At work, I've been listening to like a lot of like podcasts, and I've been reading a lot of audiobooks. I just finished The Fellowship of the Ring today. It's nice. I just got like these Bluetooth headsets that also function as earmuffs, because sometimes it gets to be around like 100 decibels. I think it was like that last week. It was just like screeching metal noises the entire 8-hour day. It was awful.
Thank you.
But
even with ear
I
protection,
couldn't hear
it's that
it.
bad?
Was that?
Oh, even with ear protection, it's that bad?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have to wear 2 layers of ear protection, and with that, it's just enough to keep me from it. Like, it will hurt if I'm only wearing earplugs,
of course,
and it'll hurt if I'm only wearing earmuffs.
Oh
so
God.
It is deafening.
Wow.
Literally.
And like, very literally deafening. And if you want to look up like what 100 decibels sounds like, 100.
No, I do not.
So back on the misophonia, I believe.
Just a thing for comparison.
Oh,
it's like walking behind an active jet engine.
And it's 8 times as loud as 75 decibels. Just so you get like a scale.
Oh, does it ramp up that way?
Yeah, it's like a logarithmic scale, I think.
That's like this one, chat.
Here's this from Purdue.
It's like in Breaking Bad, where that last % of purity for methamphetamine is way harder than the previous 98. Just for reference. That was one of Walter White's selling points, was going from 96% to 97, and he's like, that last % matters. Like, that is really hard to do, and it makes a difference. We do read the chat. We just don't respond to everything, because we are doing a show, and lots of people ask questions that are very off topic and would derail the show.
But what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I was reading Lord of the Rings. I finished up Fellowship of the Ring. Then I was just listening to some various podcasts for the rest of the day.
So I used to listen to a podcast while I edited, and then I just stopped. I finally started using music while I edit, and I edit at like 1.5 speed nowadays because I'm just getting so pro. But I found that I'm falling behind on this podcast because not only have I slowed down on my video production, but I've ironically made it more efficient at the same time. So I'm making videos less often and spending less time on it. And I am weeks behind on this show. I watch PKA. I've been watching them for years. I fucking grew up with the show. Oh my God. I'm just doing the math now. They've been going for 10 years, and apparently so have I. although I'm 21, so not really. But it's yeah, it's exciting because it's like, oh shit, I've got like 40 hours of I think I'm 2 months behind. Or more 3. I don't know. It's a lot. I have a lot of unwatched episodes, and it's like, oh shit, this is really stacking up. And yeah, that was kind of exciting. But Stelly's old topic of dealing with his, noises driving him nuts is he says classical music really helps. Makes the sounds that usually trigger him go well with the music, tricks his brain into thinking that, wow, certain sounds that bug him are just a part of the composition. That's clever.
Interesting.
More specifically,
I could see that working, actually.
Random systematic sounds, like somebody eating or talking on the phone, just a random interval of 2 to 20 seconds where they speak, listen, just bugs me a lot. That's awful.
I think what really bothers me in particular is the sound of an iPhone typing, that little popping noise.
Really?
I hate that sound so much. Yeah, I hate that sound.
I've noticed it because I moved to Android where I don't get any response, not even a buzz. And sometimes I'll listen to an iPhone user and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. I set mine so that it had haptic feedback or whatever, but not any sound. So I feel a little, the phone buzzes a little bit whenever I touch it, The
haptic feedback is okay, but
yeah, it doesn't make enough of a noise that it could bother me. But if it did make the little popping noises or typing noises every time I use my phone, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, no, I don't even have my haptic feedback turned on. I had to check just to see.
It's different on keyboards, though. For instance, I like the clickiness of a keyboard, but it's it's a difference of whether or not it's too loud or not.
What is unladed?
It's not carrying. Anything. Yeah, like a coconut or something.
Yeah, African swallow or European swallow?
Yeah.
That's the real
What is
question.
on-topic questions for the podcast? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? On topic is whatever we're talking about at the time. Jeez. Unladen swallow. Jesus,
I
roll.
tried to explain to someone asked what our podcast was about, and I was like, it's like Seinfeld, but not. And they were like, what's Seinfeld? And I was like, it's a show about nothing.
I've always kind of described it as like a group of friends in a voice call or a video call, just chatting about stuff, and just you're able to poke your head in there and listen in.
Yeah, or don't listen. It won't affect my mood because I won't know.
Do you not have any friends? Do you want to feel like you have friends? Come hang out with us.
Are you doing a thing that requires your attention but you want background noise? We're it.
We're here for you.
Yeah.
We can talk about nothing for 2 hours.
That's why I did it while making videos, because in between editing, every once in a while I need to like keyframe a thing and move it around the screen, and that's not difficult. I just have to do it. So depending on how slow I am or how complex the maneuver is, I might have 5 minutes of just radio silence. So that's where a podcast really fills the void. Or when I'm recording gameplay for my videos, that can be, depending on the project, either 10 minutes for a normal video or more than 10 minutes for a more complicated video. I'll just throw on a podcast. Yeah, you get 10 minutes of whatever airtime. And then I can just continue listening for 30, 40 minutes and then get nothing done at all.
That works.
Which doesn't work. That sucks. And then I'm an hour into a show and I haven't finished my video, and now I know I've been procrastinating the entire time. And podcast really isn't like a full attention span kind of thing that I want to spend my entire evening on. I'm thinking, damn, I could have been watching like Netflix this entire time. Don't leave the stream, please. And then I'm like, damn, I should probably finish my video too. But now I'm behind, and it's like, ugh. The worst part about procrastination is when you like wallow about the time lost instead of just improving the future. You can always change the future. I mean, the past is spent. It's gone. That's not going to help you to... It's ironic because it's like the tax thing I mentioned earlier about hateful comments is the more time you spend regretting the time wasted, you're actually wasting more time regretting it.
Right.
Like there's just no point in that emotion. Just move on. Finish the video, whatever you were doing, get it done and go. I told somebody that in stream yesterday. He was just staring at an empty page, having to write an essay for like 2 hours. I said, just do it. Just turn off your brain, start moving your fingers, and do it. And then he came back like half an hour later, and he was like, "That was great advice." And he was done. He was good to go.
Just need a little push to get things done. And for people like me that are like master procrastinators, we need that. So.
And I did that myself, where in quite a few of my recent videos have been snap like, okay, I'm done of not doing this, and then later that evening I'm like, oh shit, I made a video. I look at it scheduled on my YouTube and I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. Wow. It was almost like a subconscious activity. It was very weird to me, but that's that was fun.
Oh man.
The worst part about procrastination is how deep it can go, because procrastinating one thing suddenly makes procrastinating on other things much more reasonable. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Why put off till tomorrow what you can put off till the day after just as easily?
There are things that I've been procrastinating since 2014 undoing. So, yeah.
There was a meme that was.
Are they in Minecraft?
No.
There was a meme
Are they
about
because of Minecraft?
Yes.
A meme about what? Sorry.
There was a meme about like hating how much they procrastinated so much that they just wanted to like kill themselves or something, and someone commented on that like, "Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow." It's like, I mean, it's just like, yeah, whatever, put it off. A friend growing up had a T-shirt that said "Procrastinators Unite Tomorrow," and I thought that was good too.
Did I tell you guys about the pizza zone?
Ooh,
I think it's what.
pizza.
Yeah.
Zone.
If a nuclear blast were to happen at a certain distance, I
remember this.
there is a certain distance where every single pizza in a grocery store would be perfectly cooked.
Just slightly like shockwaved with little shards of glass in it, but perfectly cooked.
Still,
and all those pizzas would make really good talk show hosts too, because they'd be radioactive.
Yeah, every single pizza in the grocery store.
On the other hand, the ice cream in the same aisle would not be perfectly cooked.
Boiled into custard.
So, yeah, that would be a little unfortunate.
Is that how it works? If I boil ice cream, do I get custard?
No, I don't know.
You're the cook. Come on.
I've never tried that. I don't know. It's possible. I have no idea.
Kitchen experiments with Sig.
What's the point if we're all dead? You don't have to be within the nuclear blast range to find out about the pizza from later.
God. What is the point of this information?
I don't know.
Wouldn't they all be terribly radioactive too? I mean,
maybe. I mean, you could potentially cook a pizza with nuclear radiation rather than the heat of the blast. Actually, it's just different than microwaves.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see you, Asher.
Are you two trying to cook a pizza? Is that what's going on here?
No. Making fun of me. You're muted still,
Who?
Egg in them like French vanilla? Wait.
It would technically be a crepe, I think.
Ice cream?
That's where I would put it as. I don't know. Where does it fall into the box law of foods?
What?
Is ice cream just by itself? Is that a box?
That's a salad.
A salad. Okay.
Yep. Ice cream is a salad. Just like steak is a salad.
That is definitely where the Q rule of food loses its drive there. You can't just call it all a salad. That's just not.
Yeah. Anything without a starch, just salad.
I still disagree. Salads needs leaves.
Steak is a salad.
If it doesn't have lettuce, it's not a salad.
I mean,
making fun of me. I see you.
Some salads have starch, so.
That's true. Croutons.
Yeah.
Hey.
By
I
that
think maybe
definition,
it's just Sig's plot to not recognize crouton food. That's what it is.
I go through phases where all I will eat
croutons are just miniature
toast.
toast.
Oh,
damn
it!
This controversial topic. How far away would a steak have to be perfectly cooked?
How far away would a steak have to be? Who knows?
Sig thinks the other side of the world. You know, this isn't even the first person to come in and spam hi. Why is that so popular today? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's happened more than once.
Oh,
Whoops.
hey.
Just get them all at once.
I was doing my
Monetization
best.
was off on today's episode. Right. Everybody needs to donate $1 now. Well, I guess if you all donate, let's see, you got 27 people watching. If you all donate 3 pennies, we'll be good. That's fine. I don't
The
care.
people looking for the attention of you saying their name. Yeah, that's the silly thing about that is like people sit there and like, hey, can you talk to me? Hey, can you talk to me? While you're in the middle of obviously what is a good story that you're telling.
We're talking about irradiating.
Or you're talking
here.
like you're obviously physically talking to other people, and they're like, no, talk to chat. How dare you ignore chat?
I want you to
literally
stop
talking to
mid-sentence.
someone.
Yeah.
The funny thing is,
I'm
like,
glad that's listening, though.
it's like on Twitch, it doesn't happen that often. People don't come in and just spam hi. Like, it happens on YouTube, and it used to happen when I streamed more often. And we always had the same conversation, was even if you want attention, then spamming hi is like, by the time you get my attention, you're not going to want my attention. Like, you're not going to get the right response with that kind of thing. And it's, I don't know.
Well, it's like, when adults are talking and kids want the attention and they're going, Mom, 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 Mom. And like, I'm obviously fully engrossed in a conversation with someone. And then finally I'm like, what? What do you want? And they're like, oh, I was just going to ask if I could have a Capri Sun. It's in your fucking snack cupboard. Of course you can have a Capri Sun. Get out of here.
And I remember being a kid asking over and over and over, and like, I think it was just a lack of awareness. Like, I wasn't trying to be rude. I didn't even know I was being annoying. I just really, really wanted that thing at the time, and had
This is my
no
only
care in
access.
the world for anything else going on.
Only thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've had that emotion when I was a kid, and I get the response, and I'm like, oh, and suddenly I'm all upset.
I messed up.
Thoughts only Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have Capri Sun and Kool-Aid.
You know what was the best? Was freezing Capri Suns and then like cutting the top off of them and like making a little popsicle out of them.
Like
that was fun.
popsicles.
I did that a lot. No one else did that?
I have never done that.
Okay.
I can't remember the conversation I was having, but somebody was complaining that they couldn't eat their banana popsicle, and I was like, I don't remember how it came up, but I was walking out of the room as I was like, is it because it makes him feel, can he not eat it because it makes him seem gay or something? I just thought of a banana popsicle, and I was like, oh.
Were you talking about Viral with his popsicle the other night?
Yes, there we go. Because he said he couldn't eat a banana popsicle, and I was like, oh, because it makes you seem gay?
That's exactly why he said he couldn't do it.
Was that his reason too?
Yeah.
Ugh. God, that
He was all shy and embarrassed because putting any cylindrical object into your mouth as a male makes you look gay, and he was just like, "Oh my god, I can't do that with you guys in the call." And it was like, "Oh, shut up, Viral. Eat your stupid popsicle."
Right. Because that was I remember it, but it wasn't on stream or anything. I was like, what were we doing? And
yeah, we were all just in a call talking about a bunch of dumb shit like we're doing now.
Yeah, I was playing chess with 3 people. He was streaming his video, and we were talking about TikToks and.
Oh yeah, no, he was like polishing or waxing his snowboard or something in his garage. Yeah, and he pointed
Is that
out.
what we're calling it now?
Well,
Yeah.
no, he pointed out the
Like a
vehicle, like a
euphemism for
little
something.
like go-kart type car thing he bought for his father. And I was like, "Oh shit! If you're buying stuff like that, I'll be your dad." And that just turned the whole chat into a big clusterfuck of nonsense.
He was
You
really
could call me
awkward
daddy.
about that. Imagine somebody deep throwing a banana popsicle. There are really like popular videos online of like a girl just eating a banana in one bite, just eye contact the whole time. Because there's A really good way to
That
develop that
wouldn't be
skill.
comfortable.
Oh, you'll be right.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
You'll be able to do it someday
I like
too,
that
I'm
response.
No.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
I'd like to see you try, Beast.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh yes, I would.
You wouldn't like to see the results of me trying.
Oh, I'd get it all over my desk. My gag reflexes. Very functional still. Yeah. I'd puke everywhere. It'd be the whole thing. Can you puke on stream? Do they allow that? I doubt it.
I mean,
depends on the
You made yourself do it on purpose.
Where are you puking from?
I don't think they're good with you doing it intentionally.
I would not. You know, I got pretty good at managing it too, because I got stomach aches as a kid, and I learned how to just not make that happen. And yeah, because every once in a while I'll eat something, and then I'll have to burp in such a way to where it's not gonna be just a burp and in bed. And then you gotta sit upright, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
You can moderate your gag reflex by yawning.
So I've had to be like bed bound a lot. I'm only allowed to, sit up all the way so much every day. And it's always funny because every time I sit up, so you guys all know I'm very burpy. I have GERD. I know, me shocking.
Never once.
Just about every time I sit up, it's just like, bleh. Not throwing up, just like this giant burp. It's a good time.
So now I have gotten on this sleep pattern where I'm getting up in the AMs again and going to bed like insanely early. Like this will be the third stream now where I'm just like really tired and it's 5. So have I ever cried on stream? No. Where I'm just like staying up as long as I can. And I don't know if I like it. I think I need to wake up a little later. I think 3 a.m. is a little soon. But I like being up during the day because the sun sets at about 5. So, like, it's already getting dim, which is nice. Yeah. It's weird going to bed with the sun. I prefer it. And, yeah. It's just tricky. You literally put your finger down your throat without gagging. Don't ask me how I found out how to do it. God.
I can do that.
I don't even know why I read that. Someone donated like 100,000 to make him emotional. I wouldn't have a capacity for that. I'm not even kidding. Like, while I understand the significance of a donation that large, I wouldn't even know how to respond. And I don't think crying is what you would get.
I mean, if someone wants to do that so that we can find out what your response is,
I highly recommend it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, like, it wouldn't hurt. Like, you could find out.
Because like $100,000, depending on how it was donated.
We could both fly to New York then.
Yeah.
We could do that for a lot less than
with your own plane.
In fact, we could both fly to New York on the current budget. So, same. Anyway, like $100,000, depending on how much of that makes it into my hands. Like if you do it through Super Chat, I get $70K of that. If you did it through Twitch Bits, you'd have to donate like $120,000.
So if it happened during podcast, how would we handle that?
I'd probably just end the show, stop making videos, fly
hide from us. Yeah.
All right. Well, don't need this anymore. No. Well, that's what I'm getting at is 100,000. Depending on like if you go through the Streamlabs link, where PayPal is only going to take like $3,000 of that, it would be like that's a life-changing amount of money. I mean that at least for a year or two, where I am just going to be really comfortable and not have to worry about anything. Because my expenses already.
What would solve?
I think what Rosa was referring to was how are we splitting it?
Oh, right. Well, I suppose you guys could have like
some.
I don't know. We've talked about that because I was telling Sig like after the amount of episodes we've done now, I think the show has made nearly $60 in ad revenue, or maybe $70
total over the course of the year we've been doing it.
Not totally insignificant amount. So
right.
I might have to divvy up some 20s here at some point and just be like, hey,
what?
Tier 3 sub to Donna.
Just
there you go.
Send out some like McDonald's gift cards and be like, don't open them until we're on stream. And then like we all have these little envelopes we open on stream, and you'll be like, there's your cut, baby.
Don't say I never did anything.
So I feel like the ad revenue is super fair. Like we're all here doing
Can I
the
get
show.
them in Uber Eats, please?
And I've always felt weirdly guilty about a donation because yes, it is to me, but we're also streaming on my stream, so it's like I don't know. It's odd. I have stopped addressing it on stream. I will respond in chat. I don't want to interrupt the flow of the conversation for any donations, but Raul did that where he donated to all of us during the show, knowing alerts were off. I was like, what? Very cool of him, but yeah, no, and it has been tested in a way. Barry said I just stop talking or I just freeze, which is true. People have donated enough, significant enough to where I'm just like, you broke me. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not one that like cries. I'm like,
I don't know how to comprehend this sort of.
Like, I doubt reality.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, like after the 200 or 300 mark, I'm like, okay, my comprehension for this amount is a little shaky, so I don't have words anymore. Like you just, what the fuck is basically all I'm thinking. But yeah. So if somebody donated 100,000, I wouldn't even. Stelly said you could make $1 million with 100K. That's true. I could invest that 100,000 and then really turn it into something. My dad got into the whole thing with like retirement funds and setting one up for me, and how like 10,000 now could literally be like 1.3 million by the time I'm 60, and
it's good as to start planning for that at 21 and have at least something down.
Yeah, I mean, would have been really interesting to cover in high school, literally at any point in any of the 4 years, at any point at all.
Dad Beast was just talking to me yesterday about investment opportunities. And I was like, oh, okay.
He didn't know about it till he was 30, and he was pissed off when he found out 10 years late that he could be doing that. Because to those who don't know, an investment, like a retirement fund, is money you can't touch without fines. So it's stuck until a certain age. But then the amount is supposed to double every like 7 years or so. And that can be a lot. Like literally millions if you start it when you're 20s.
Jesus.
Yeah, but so Cove is predicting that inflation by the time I'm 60 will be I don't know about that. Do you think $10 or 10,000 today will be
go, guys?
Okay. Bye.
We are well past the 2 hour mark.
So,
so
are you saying we should call it?
Probably.
Wow, you're wimping out on us.
Oh.
I think we should continue
You
on
okay,
until.
Yeah, no, I should probably go too. It's about pain pill time.
That was one of my concerns as well. Was Rosa being upright for far longer than expected?
Yeah.
Who we rating?
Pew pew
I don't even
pew.
know. I actually forgot that I need to record these for posterity, and I don't do that anymore.
Can you raid on YouTube?
No, I could spam a link in chat, but it's not really incredibly effective. And I don't know of anybody who's live right now that I'd want to say all of us. Oh, hey, you know what? Here, I won't call this a raid.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from.
Advertisement, but Dinnerbone streaming. You might know him from a game that he put a little bit of time into. It's called Minecraft. I might have played it once or twice. And
maybe.
Yeah, that is one of the. I think he was the lead technical designer. Don't quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure he had a hand in that mince raft somewhere.
Yeah, just created Redstone and all, not a big deal.
Ask him about pushable tile entities. We all want that.
Very, very fittingly playing Factorio right now.
Oh Lord.
Who's playing Minecraft?
Yeah, it's you could redeem channel points to flip his webcam. I love that. Oh, I won't take credit for that suggestion because I did bring it up in a stream. It's a very
That's funny.
I think he made it automatic where it triggers on its own, and he only made it 10 points. The absolute mad lad. Yeah, I think Dinnerbone is one of my favorite. I Snapchatted him when he opened up his public Snapchat and had a whole dialogue with him. Very fun. Very, very interesting guy. But no, he made like serious changes to Minecraft. Like he's been working.
What was that?
I for real have to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
All right.
guys.
Okay,
End of this show. Minerva
Nice meeting.
Podcast episode 61.